What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and I'm starting this video off a little bit differently as I really want to take a moment and thank you for your incredible support of this channel. And when I say that, I'm not talking just about your being here and watching the footage, I'm talking about the fact that we are truly building a family. Now, give me like 30 seconds, I'll explain everything. And this actually stems from the last build video I did on Sunday, and here's the origin story of what took place. So, on Sundays, I try not to do anything on YouTube whatsoever, and my wife was traveling for some family stuff, and when she lands, she sends me a text saying, hey, I'm heading home. You're not going to be playing Xbox. We're just going to hang out today, right? And I'm like, yeah. And in the meantime, I'm recording a video, trying to get it done. And the point is this, in that video, because I was in a rush to record the footage, I was using the gear set completely improperly. I was focus firing with Negotiator's Dilemma. You obviously don't want to do that. You want to target different enemies. When you're using it, that's the entire point of the gear set. And the only messages I got were players bringing that to my attention in a positive way, saying, hey, you know what, the build is sick, but remember, with Negotiators, you want to target other enemies. You don't want to focus fire. And my point is this, there was no negative energy whatsoever. And it was one of those moments where it was just people looking out for each other, trying to help each other out. That's exactly why I created this place, so please understand and always know you are sincerely appreciated. All right, my fellow agents, with all of that emotional out of the way, let's now get into the build itself, which is exactly why you're here. Starting with the specialization, I'm using Gunner. You're going to get that, extra armor on kill. You get a reload speed increase, and you can put a build together with the Banshee Pulse if you want a different variation. You're going to also get that rate of fire increase as well, and remember, regardless of which specialization you choose, have the proper weapons activated in your weapon skill tree. That way you're always getting a weapon damage bonus, regardless of which one you're using. Now, as far as my primary, it is St. Elmo's engine, and it is by far becoming one of my favorite weapons in the game. And it's not only because of the talent, which when shooting an enemy is going to give you one stack. At 100 stacks, the next magazine will be filled with shock ammo. But when we make our way to the mods, you can see you're going to get 20% extra crit hit damage, 30 extra rounds, 20% weapon handling, and 20% crit hit chance as well, which makes this easily one of the best ARs in the game without a doubt. Now, my secondary is the rock and roll shotgun, and my handgun I don't really use too often. For the secondary, you could really put what you want there. Now, moving to the gear. 4 strikers, 1 Fenris, and the Memento backpack. I will show you another variation you can put together if you don't have the Memento. So starting with the mask, first of 4 pieces of the striker gear set, we're getting that weapon handling bonus, rate of fire bonus, and striker's gamble as well, which is easily one of the best, talents in my opinion in the game, especially with a run and gun build. And on all of these pieces, I'm trying to stack crit hit chance and crit hit damage everywhere I can. Moving on to the body armor, it's a 1 piece of Fenris, which is giving us a 10% assault rifle damage, and I'm using the talent Obliterate, where critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds, and it stacks up to 25 times. Now moving on to the holster, the knee pads, and the gloves, which are the 3 remaining pieces of the striker gear set. Now for me, you can see I'm setting about 1.1 million armor. That's a good baseline, obviously depending on your gameplay. You can have that a little higher or a little lower. I think 1.3 is also a great number, and once again, I am trying to stack that crit hit chance, crit hit damage everywhere I can, and this is based off the gear I have. Now I need to do a little more farming, because with my chest piece that has headshot damage, I don't really need that. I want to make sure I have crit hit chance and crit hit damage as often as I can. Now when we make our way to the bag, you can see it is the Memento, which is by far the best bag to use for run and gun builds because of the talent kill confirmed. You're picking up those trophies, you're getting buffs, to weapon damage, armor, all of that good stuff. And if you don't have this, what I recommend doing is change your bag to the striker bag, because that is going to give you a weapon damage increase, and then you can change one of the other striker pieces, your mask or holster, to either Cheska or Gruppo. That way you're getting extra crit hit chance or crit hit damage, whichever one you need. As far as my skills go, I'm using my 2 favorite in the game, the assault drone, because it's a great distraction to NPC and puts out damage as well, and the Crusader shield, because in case things get sideways. And remember, like I said earlier, you can use the Banshee Pulse as well with this specialization. Now when we look at my numbers, I'm sitting at 54% crit hit chance, remember the max is 60, and 113 crit hit damage. I really wish that number was much higher, but again, it's dependent on my gear, and that's without any of the buffs from the talents running. So even with those numbers, my friends, you can see in the screen you are still shredding enemies, and as always, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know. Most of you know by now my favorite aspect about putting these build videos together, and I said this earlier, but it's a family that we have here at the channel. Our goal is to always help each other out, so if you have any tips or tricks you want to pass along to new and returning players, or even me, because I obviously mess up sometimes, feel free to let them know in in the comments section. The main goal is to always help each other out. On that note, I'm going to leave you with some gameplay footage. Now, I did not mention this at the beginning of the video, but most of you know we do have giveaways here. You can see our current one is for an Xbox Series S. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced August 1st of this year. That is going to do it for this video, and as I mention at the end of every one of these, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
That should keep him from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-52.
Serious trauma detected.
Shit! Already! Get down! Damn you, David! That should keep him from getting more of those mortars.
You think closing the tunnel was smart? Fuck you! You locked yourself in with us. I'll make sure you rot down here.
Go on and head back up. The team from the campus has taken position inside the memorial. If you hadn't stopped them,
I know they would have used those weapons on us, and we would have ended up like Castle. I can't tell you how relieved I am to have you on our side. Thank you.
Today, we dealt a great blow to the true